everyone, I am Santosh KG, Assistant Professor, Department of Mechanical Engineering, MIT, Mysore. In today's class, I am going to solve some of the problems on torsion which comes under Module 4 of subject Mechanics of Material having subject code 18ME32. The numerical given is like this: a hollow circular steel shaft has to transmit 60 kilowatt at 210 rpm such that the maximum shear stress does not exceed 60 Newton per millimeter square full stop if the ratio of the internal to external diameter is equal to 3/4 and the rigidity modulus is 84 gigapascal. Find the dimensions of the shaft and the angle of twist. So, this is the problem given. In the last class, we have solved the problems on a solid shaft. So, solid shaft is having a cross section like this, which is circular, and the diameter of the shaft, it was taken as D. So, this is the case if the given shaft is a solid shaft. So, for this, in order to find the value of R, so R represents radius and this will be equals to D divided by 2, and also the polar moment of inertia, which is J. For the solid shaft, it is pi d to the power of 4 divided by 32. But in the current problem, the type of shaft given is a hollow circular steel shaft. So, here instead of having a solid shaft, we are having an hollow circular shaft. So, the hollow circular shaft will be having the cross section like this. So, it is hollow at the center. So, the outer diameter of this hollow shaft, let us say it is D naught, and the inner diameter of this hollow shaft is, let us say it is DI. So, the value of R for this hollow shaft, it represents the distance between these two lines and it will be equals to D naught by 2. So, since we are having two diameters D naught and DI, in order to find the value of R, I should use D naught divided by 2, where D naught represents the external diameter of the hollow shaft. Similarly, in order to find the value of J, I should use the equation pi by 32 in bracket D naught to the power of 4 minus DI to the power of 4. This is the equation we can make use in order to find the polar moment of inertia for the hollow shaft. So, this is the two major difference we should remember while solving the problems on the solid shaft as well as the hollow shaft. And also, while solving the problems in torsion, mainly we will be using two different equations. So, the first equation we will be always using is the torsional equation, which is given by T by J equals tau by R equals G theta divided by L. So, this is the first equation we will be having in torsion. So, in this equation, T, it always represents the torque and it should be always in terms of Newton millimeter. Then we are having J. So, J represents the polar moment of inertia. The polar moment of inertia, it should be always in terms of millimeter to the power of 4. Then we are having tau, it represents the shear stress and it should be in terms of Newton per millimeter square. Then we are having R, it represents the radius and it should be in terms of millimeter, and the value of R, it is equals to d by 2 if the given shaft is a solid shaft. Suppose if the given shaft is a hollow shaft, then in order to find the value of R, we should use d naught by 2, where d naught represents the external diameter of the hollow shaft. Then we are having G. So G represents the modulus of rigidity, and it should be always in terms of Newton per millimeter square. Then theta, it represents angle of twist and it should be in terms of radians. Then L, it represents the length of the shaft and it should be in terms of millimeters. So in this equation, if I equate the first term to the second term, then we get T divided by J equals tau by R, and this equation is called as the strength equation. Similarly, in this torsion equation, if I equate the first term with the last term, that is, if I equate T by J to G theta divided by L, then this equation is called as a stiffness equation. Then we will be using one more equation, which is the power equation. Suppose if you are having a shaft like this and it is rotating at speed n rpm, and let us say while rotating at a speed of n rpm, it is transmitting the torque which is T. Then the amount of power that will be transmitted by this shaft, it will be equals to 2 pi n T divided by 60,000 kilowatts. So here, in order to get the value of P in terms of kilowatts, I should always substitute the speed of the shaft in terms of rpm, and I should keep the value of T in terms of Newton meter. So these are the various formulas we will be using in order to solve the problems on torsion. You need to remember this equation, and also we should know the difference between the solid and the hollow shaft. So the solid shaft, the value of R, it will be equals to d divided by 2, where d represents the diameter of the shaft. Similarly, in case of an hollow shaft, the value of R, it can be calculated by using d naught by 2, where d naught represents the external diameter of the shaft. Now, by reading the problem, first let us try to write down the datas. So first I will write the data. So the first data is we are having a hollow circular steel shaft. So by looking this, we come to know that the cross section of the shaft is hollow circular. Then the shaft, it needs to transmit 60 kilowatt power. So the power, it is denoted by P and its value is 60 kilowatt. Then the power is transmitted at a speed of 210 rpm. So the speed is denoted by N, its value is 210 rpm. Then they have given the value of the maximum shear stress. So it is equals to 60 Newton per millimeter square. The shear stress is denoted by tau. It will be equals to 60 Newton per millimeter square. Then they have given the ratio of internal to external diameter is equal to 3/4. So in an hollow shaft, we will be having two diameters. One is the external diameter, which is denoted by D naught, and another one is internal diameter, which is denoted by Di. So here they have given the ratio of the internal. So internal is Di to external diameter. So external diameter is D naught. It is equals to 3/4 or it is 0.75. Then the rigidity modulus is given. It is equals to 84 gigapascal. So the rigidity modulus is denoted by capital G. It is equal to 84 gigapascal. In terms of Newton per millimeter square, it will be 84 into 10 to the power of 3 Newton per millimeter square. So using these data, I should find the dimension of the shaft and also the angle of twist. So if you take a shaft, the shaft will be having the following diameters, that is, it will look like this. So the various dimensions we will be having in case of a shaft, it is the diameters. So one diameter is D naught, the inner diameter is Di, and also we are having the length, which is denoted by L. So since they have asked us to find the dimensions of the shaft, I should find what should be the value of D naught and what should be the value of Di, and also I should find the angle of twist. So angle of twist is denoted by theta naught. Therefore I need to find the values of Di, the value of D naught and also theta using the following data. Suppose if the length of the member is not given, then we should assume the length to be 1 meter or it will be equals to 1000 millimeter. Now let us try to calculate the required values. So first we shall find the dimensions. So in order to find the dimensions, we can use the strength equation as well as the stiffness equation. So if I take the strength equation, it will be T by J equals tau by R, or if you consider the stiffness equation, it is T by J equals G theta divided by L. So if you consider the LHS side of the strength equation or the stiffness equation, there we will be having T as a common. So if I want to use either the strength or the stiffness equation, I should know the value of T. But if you look at the data, in the data they don't give the value of T, but they have given the value of T indirectly by specifying what is the amount of power the shaft is transmitting at a speed of 210 rpm. So using these two data, we can calculate the torque which is transmitted by the shaft. So in order to calculate the torque, we will be using the equation P equals 2 pi Nt divided by 60,000. So here the value of P, it should be in terms of kilowatts, and the value of N, it should be in terms of rpm. So if P is in kilowatts and N is in terms of rpm, then we will get the value of T in terms of Newton meters. So the P value is 60 equals 2 pi into the value of N, speed, it is 210. I need to find the value of torque T divided by 60,000. So if you solve this, you will get the value of T. We will get the value of T as 2.72 into 10 to the power of 3 Newton millimeter, but Newton meter. But in the torsional equation, I should substitute the value of torque always in terms of Newton millimeter. So I will convert this Newton meter into Newton millimeter by multiplying it by 10 to the power of 3. So we already have 10 to the power of 3 here. To this, if I multiply 10 to the power of 3, then I will be having 10 to the power of 6 Newton millimeter. This is the amount of torque that the shaft is going to transmit when it is rotating at 210 rpm. Once you calculate the torque, next we shall try to find the dimensions. So dimensions is, one is di and another one is d naught. In order to calculate the dimensions, I will be using the strength equation. The strength equation given is T divided by J equals tau divided by R. So here T represents the torsion in Newton millimeter, J represents polar moment of inertia in millimeter to the power of 4, tau represents the shear stress and R represents the radius. So T in terms of Newton millimeter, it is 2.72 into 10 to the power of 6 divided by J. So J is polar moment of inertia. For hollow cross section, the polar moment of inertia is pi by 32 in bracket d naught to the power of 4 minus di to the power of 4. This equals tau. So tau represents the shear stress in Newton per millimeter square. Here the value of tau given is 60 Newton per millimeter square. So tau is 60 and R represents, for an hollow shaft, it is d naught divided by 2. Rearranging the terms, we get, before rearranging, first I will simplify the value of J. So J here it is pi divided by 32 d naught to the power of 4 minus di to the power of 4. So in this term I will take d naught outside the bracket. So when I take d naught outside the bracket I will get pi into d naught to the power of 4 divided by 32, and inside the bracket I will be having 1 minus di divided by d naught to the power of 4. So this equals pi d naught to the power of 4 divided by 32, 1 minus, in place of di by d naught I can write 0.75, 0.75 to the power of 4. So this is the value of J for the hollow circular shaft. 2.72 into 10 to the power of 6, and in place of pi by 32 d naught to the power of 4 minus di to the power of 4, I am going to write pi d naught to the power of 4 divided by 32 in bracket 1 minus 0.75 to the power of 4. This is equal to 60 divided by d naught divided by 2. Rearranging the terms, we get 32 into 2.72 into 10 to the power of 6 divided by pi d naught to the power of 4 into 1 minus 0.75 to the power of 4 equals 2 times 60 divided by d naught. If you see this equation here, the only unknown we are having is d naught. So by solving this, we will get the value of d naught. So the value of d naught you are going to get is 67, it is 69.712 millimeters. So once you get the value of d naught, we can calculate the value of di using the internal diameter to the external diameter ratio. So here di by d naught, it is 0.75, or we can write the value of di as 0.75 times d naught. So the value of di, it will be equals to 0.75 times d naught. So d naught is 69.712. Therefore we get the value of di as 52.28 millimeters. This is the value of the internal diameter of the shaft. Thereby we got the dimensions di as well as d naught. The value of d naught, which represents the external diameter, it is 69.712 millimeters, and di, it represents the inner diameter of the hollow shaft, and it is equals to 52.28 millimeter. Once you find the dimensions, then we should find the angle of twist. The angle of twist, it is denoted by theta. To calculate the value of theta, again we can make use of the stiffness equation. The stiffness equation is given by T by J equals G into theta divided by L. Here the value of T, it is 2.72 into 10 to the power of 6 divided by J. The value of J, it is pi by 32 in bracket d naught to the power of 4 minus di to the power of 4 equals G. The value of G in the problem is 84 into 10 to the power of 3 into theta, the length of the member is 1 meter or it is 1000 millimeters. 2.72 into 10 to the power of 6 pi divided by 32. In place of d naught, we can write 69.712 to the power of 4 minus, in place of di, write 52.28 to the power of 4 equals 84 into 10 to the power of 3 into theta divided by 1000. If you solve this equation, you are going to get the value of theta. The value of theta is 0.0615 radians. Suppose if you want the value of theta in terms of degrees, then for this value 0.0615, I need to multiply it by 180 and should divide it by pi. If I do so, I will get the value of theta as 3.52 degrees. So this represents the angle of twist in degrees. Thereby we calculated both the required values. One is the dimensions of the shafts, which represents di and d naught, and the second one is angle of twist, and it will be equals to 3.52 degrees. The second problem given is find the dimensions of a hollow shaft using the following data. So the data given are, the first one is the amount of power that is transmitted by a hollow shaft. So it will be equals to 300 kilowatt. Then they have given the speed at which the hollow shaft is transmitting the power, and the speed is equals to 80 rpm. Then they have given one more data, that is the amount of shear stress which is induced in the shaft, and it is equals to 60 Newton per millimeter square. And also they have specified that the internal diameter of the shaft is equals to 0.6 times the outer diameter, which is d naught, and also the maximum diameter, it is equals to 1.4 times the mean diameter. Here if I consider the cross section of the hollow shaft, we will get the two diameters. One diameter is the internal diameter, which is denoted by di. The other diameter is d naught, which is representing the external diameter of the shaft. In the problem, they have specified that the value of di, it is equals to 0.6 times the external diameter, which is d naught. So using these data, first I should find the dimensions. So dimension of the shaft is nothing but finding the values of di and d naught. So let us find di and d naught. So in order to find the value of di and d naught, in the torsion equation, which is T by J equals tau by R equals g theta divided by L, we will be using this equation. So in this equation, if I equate the first term to the second term, it is called as a strength equation, and if I equate the first term with the last term, then the equation is called as the stiffness equation. So which equation I should use to find the values of di and d naught? So here if I want to use the value strength equation, there I should know the value of T, then I should know the value of J, I should know the value of tau, and I should know the value of R. So in this equation, R, it represents d naught by 2, which I need to find, and j represents pi by 32 d naught to the power of 4 minus di to the power of 4, and in this j we are having the unknowns that needs to be determined, and the value of t, it represents the amount of torque that is transmitted by the shaft. Here the amount of power, the torque transmitted by the shaft is not given. So instead of giving the torque directly, they have given the power and speed. So using the power and speed, we can find the value of t. And if I come to the second equation, t, and as I told earlier, it can be determined by knowing the value of p and n, and the value of j, it depends upon the dimensions of the shaft. L, length is not given, and also the value of g, it is not stated, which is modulus of rigidity, and theta, it represents angle of twist, and it is also not given in the problem. So since those values are not given, it is not possible for us to use the equation t by j equal to g theta by L in order to find the dimensions. So the only equation that we can make use in order to find the dimensions of the shaft is t by j equals tau by r. In this equation, first I should find the value of t, which depends on the power and speed. So to calculate the value of t, I will use the power equation, which is P equals 2 pi Nt divided by 60,000. So here P value is 300 kilowatt equals 2 pi, the value of N, speed 80, T, it represents the mean torque the shaft is subjected to, divided by 60,000. So here in this equation, the only unknown is T mean, and the value of T mean we get by simplifying this equation. The value of T mean, we are going to get it as 35.8 into 10 to the power of 3 Newton meter. But we need the value of T mean in terms of Newton millimeter. So to get the value of T mean in terms of Newton per millimeter, I need to multiply T mean by 10 to the power of 3. So since 10 to the power of 3 is already there, 10 to the power of 3 into 10 to the power of 3, it becomes 10 to the power of 6 Newton millimeter. And if you look at the data, they have specified that the maximum torque the shaft will be subjected to is 1.4 times the mean torque. So first let us try to calculate the maximum torque. So it can be calculated by multiplying 1.4 to the mean torque. So 1.4 into the mean torque is 35.8 into 10 to the power of 6. Therefore, the maximum torque the shaft is subjected to is 50.1 into 10 to the power of 6 Newton millimeters. Once you find the value of T max, then we shall calculate the value of di and d naught by using the strength equation, which is T by j equals tau by r. So here T represents the maximum torque the shaft is subjected to. It is equals to 50.1 into 10 to the power of 6 divided by pi by 32 d naught to the power of 4 minus di to the power of 4 equals the value of tau. It is 60, and the value of r, it is d naught by 2. But in the problem it is stated that the value of di, it is 0.6 times d naught. So 50.1 into 10 to the power of 6 divided by pi by 32 d naught to the power of 4 minus in place of di I will write 0.6 into d naught to the power of 4 equals 60 divided by d naught by 2. So, if you see this equation here, the only unknown is d naught. So, by solving this you will get the value of d naught and it will be equals to 169.7 millimeters, and to calculate the value of di we can use the equation 0.6 times d naught. So, 0.6 into d naught is 169.7. So, this will be equals to 101.8 millimeters. Therefore, the external diameter of the given shaft is 169.7 and internal diameter is 101.8 millimeters.